What's up, y'all? I'm Logan Mills. I want to talk with y'all about my upcoming video series, How to Catch Fish, primarily bass, and how not to break the bank and where I started. If you've already started fishing, let me know down in the comments below where you're at in your journey. Let's get into it. In the next video, we're going to talk about rods and reels, primarily this rod and this reel. We're also going to break down the differences between bait casters, which this is what this is, old bait caster, and spinning rods, or spinning reels, spinning rods. Well, there's spinning rods and spinning reels too. We'll talk about the differences in that too, and we'll break down the rods and the different actions and what they do, and the different, lengths and lure weights and all the other stuff. And you could talk about rods and reels. After that, we're going to go in and talk about line, preferably what pound the line and how to spool a rod. How to spool a rod and reel. It's easy, but if you've never done it before, I'll give you a tutorial on how to do that also. Then we're going to talk about tackle boxes versus your tackle bags. The differences in them. Tackle boxes give you more space, but tackle bags are easier to carry when traveling, going pond fishing and whatnot. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about pond fishing versus your lake fishing and river fishing. Probably break down all three of those. I prefer lake fishing just because I like to fish tournaments. There's more stuff to fish. Pond fishing is fun if you have an hour of daylight left. Because you can't really go fish the lake. It's better just drive 5 minutes to your local pond and catch a few fish and then go home. It's better than nothing. It's always fun to do something else also. And then we'll talk about boat fishing versus your bank fishing. I prefer boat fishing, but bank fishing works when fishing ponds. I like boat fishing when I'm on lakes, even rivers. Rivers are iffy. It depends on what I'm doing, but I prefer boat fishing. When I'm fishing a pond, I rather bank fishing so you can walk around the whole pond. And it's a little bit of exercise. Then I want to talk about some accessories, scales, nets, your pliers, cold tags, the different types of cold tags and the pros and cons of them. Also, your clippers and any kind of other accessory you could need in a boat when going out to bass fish. We're also going to talk about your lures, crankbaits, worms, topwaters, deep divers, all these different types of lures. Where I started out, was primarily crankbaits, and then now that I've gotten more skill, I've worked my way to fishing more worms, jigs, stuff on the bottom that takes a little bit more skill. But they both work very well. They both work, but I prefer worms. And then we're also going to talk about, we're going to take a trip to a pond. We're going to use this rod reel, the line we put on it, and the lure we use. We're going to go out to a pond. We're going to catch a fish on this setup at a pond, our local pond down the street. We're also going to take a trip to a lake or a river, depends, not sure which one yet. And we're going to use the exact same thing. We're going to catch another bass on that to show you that you don't need to spend $200, $300 to go out and catch fish. You can spend $100 or less, and you can still have fun and enjoy fishing. And remember, stay hooked, stay tuned for the next videos. See you then.